Hi there, this is Tabula Rasa and I'm the host Leila Ibrahimova. Once again, we are on a great journey of discovering the world through the lens of science. Let's go! Today we'll talk about crowdfunding and how it works. We'll try to find out what's more important, mechanism or electricity, and we will also learn how to make our own cartoons. Have you always dreamed about running your own business? Got a genius idea, but you are short of money to put it into action? Try crowdfunding. Such method of fundraising has worked for Stephen King, Barack Obama and many others. Kristina Malakina shares her idea on how to raise your first million. People are ready to help each other even when it comes to giving their money to strangers. For example, in the 2008 presidential election, Barack Obama raised about $270 million from small donors. Thanks to crowdfunding, we now have Playboy Journal.
There are two types of crowdfunding, the one which is rewards-based and the one which isn't. Collective funding with no reward might be called patronage. Rewards-based crowdfunding is when people contribute their money in return for some kind of reward.
Crowdfunding is a popular thing in the internet because of hundreds of crowdfunding sites such as Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Crowdfunder and many others. In Chelyabinsk, Planeta.ru, a crowdfunding platform, has triggered the creation of Filmo.ru website.
We started our campaign on Planeta.ru platform. You have to fill in a form in which you state the exact date when you plan to receive the necessary amount of money and what the donors will get if they contribute. We also stated that we had to pay the designers and programmers, so people got the idea of what their money would be spent on.
Crowdfunding is based on small donations. That's why it's often called charity. It might be the reason why crowdfunding hasn't gained much popularity in Russia for the 7 years of its existence.
The investor can see the benefits of his contribution. Provided the risks and opportunities of the project are assessed thoroughly, the investor can benefit significantly from funding the project.
Crowdfunding is based on small donations. That's why it's often called charity. It might be the reason why crowdfunding hasn't gained much popularity in Russia for the 7 years of its existence. Crowdfunding isn't that easy as it may seem. If you plan to raise money for your project, you should follow 3 rules. The project must be unique. The project must be great interest to the audience. The contributors must receive a pleasant thank you. Why do we have light? How does a rocket blast into space? Where does wind come from? You can find the answers in physics. As it turns out, we people can't live without physics in our everyday life, especially mechanics and electricity.
Knowing the laws of physics makes our life easier.
Yes, physics isn't just about books and emitters. First of all, physics is an entertaining science that helps us to create different mechanisms.
Maria, first of all, physics is about electricity. Without electricity, we would have no computers, no phones and no light. I believe the most breathtaking branch of physics deals with electricity. Look at the plasma ball. Inside you can see a mixture of gases that can make you god of lightning or lord of light. Plasma filaments extend from the electrode to the glass when electricity is supplied, creating fascinating beams of colored light.
The ampere or amp is the unit of electric current. The ohm is the unit of electrical resistance. Incandescent bulbs work by sending electric current through a resistive material. Typically, materials will glow before reaching a melting point. That's how we can see light. I'll show that mechanisms is the most exciting part of physics. Even wind can create miracles. Look at the mechanical hand. The pistons made from ordinary syringes make the hand move. The hand can operate by the use of wind. The wind pressure increases or decreases when you move the cylinder rods. Each piston is responsible for the specific hand motion. For instance, the yellow piston makes the elbow move, the hand is driven by the green piston, and the red piston makes the hand turn.
Сегодня пневматика играет в нашей жизни большую роль.
Pneumatics plays a great role in our life. Pneumatic mechanisms are widely used in different industries. Pneumatic cylinders, the braking system, pneumatic engines, and even computers and cars use the power of compressed gas to produce force.
You can't say that one branch of physics is more important than the others. We use physics in our everyday life. Even now, you're using a microphone to interview me, which picks up sound waves. Your camera is recording the light, that is me. So we use physics pretty often, maybe even more often than you think.
Thanks to physics, we now have all these wonderful things we can't imagine our life without. These are irons, vacuum cleaners, computers, mobile phones, cars and planes, hydropower plants and space shuttles.
Maria, you were right. Mechanisms play an important role in physics.
Yes, but without electricity we wouldn't have any mechanism. So, now you know that physics isn't boring at all.
It's truly mind-blowing science.
Animated cartoons have gone a long way from shadow play to the stroboscopic effect. Anybody can create their own cartoon. In order to become an animator these days, all you need is an idea and inspiration. Ksenia Mashkova will help us to make our own cartoon. Russian people still take great pleasure in watching Soviet cartoons. By the way, modern technology allows us to make our own cartoons right at home. Meet Victoria. She knows the theory of making a cartoon. Now, she'll try to use her knowledge in practice. The first step is to write a detailed script of the cartoon, so that further work goes according to the plan.
Here I am describing my characters in detail, all the actions, the plot, that is, all the details I might need during the process.
Let's prepare our cartoon characters and their surroundings first. We need to take the animation technique into account: traditional, computer, clay or doll animation.
I've had many techniques to choose from. At first, I felt like plasticine clay was a good idea. But then I thought about my love for knitting. I'm pretty good at it. So my characters turned to be knitted toys.
No matter how sweet the toys are, to include them into a cartoon, first you have to sculpt them appropriately.
Sculpting characters when you work with plasticine is relatively easy, but when you work with knitted toys it gets much harder. I had to think through everything in advance, to use wire for the legs, wings and tails. The penguin, my protagonist, can smile and get sad. Its wings move too. And I use pins for the eyes. The penguin has to sleep in the cartoon, so its eyes can get closed. Also, there is a moment in the cartoon when the parrots are surprised, so I've decided to make their eyes wide, with the use of pins also.
When the characters and the surroundings are all set, the next step is to write a script.
The script is in the form of a table where I describe all my actions every second, and I also make small drawings so it's clear what follows what.
Now we are ready to make our own cartoon. It's necessary to photograph every single motion of the needed characters, and then you have to put all the pictures together into one whole, edit and improve them.
Editing every single photo in Photoshop is a hard and long work. Thankfully, Photoshop has some nice functions which make the job easier.
And now the montage starts. First we need to put the scenes together and make a smooth transition between them.
I used Adobe Flash and Adobe Premiere programs. I'm not good at computers, so it took me some time to get a grip on them. It was worth it, because I really wanted to make that cartoon.
When the visuals appear, it's time to voice our cartoon, include the sounds and music. And finally, here is the cartoon. Science is a treasure chest for a wise man. As the great Patronus noted many years ago, wise men can deal with any difficulties. Who knows? Maybe it's because they're rich enough? Anyway, stay with us to become the richest person in the world. Bye!